Okay. Hi, welcome everybody. Um, let's start building the new VMAX 112 scale MP44. Uh, start with step one. Sorry, the light is quite strong because of the whiteness of the paper. And step one and two, we start with the building of the engine, one, two, three. So I'm gonna get the parts out. We'll put this away. Oh, I don't think, personally, I don't think box review is of great use. It's not of great usefulness, and I think nothing beats building the kit. So I'm gonna get all the parts out for step one, two, three, which is building of the engine, and we can look at the runner now. Uh, it calls for sprue E. First of all, we have the engine block, which is slide molding, the main part. Shadow is kind of strong. Let me see if I can soften the shadow a little bit. Maybe it's better that way, right? Okay, here. And then this is sprue B. Okay, sprue B is where main parts of the engine lies. I'm gonna use most of these parts. And then other than sprue B, we also have sprue E. Let me try to find sprue E. Sprue E. And here is sprue E. Take it out from the stick pad. Okay, this is sprue E, and you can see the molding of this sprue is quite clean. Still go get the lights right, some of the parts. Anyways, we will need parts from this sprue E. Okay, and let's see. First of all, we need all the parts here. B4, B3, and a bunch of parts from sprue E. I'll cut them out from the runner. So for B, we need the back of the gearbox. Okay. So be it part 3 and part 4. And the rest are sprue E. So E61 and 62. Let's see. 61 and 62 is here. Now I want to keep the number with the parts so I don't mix them up. Okay. And then before I cut out these little parts, I want to check the fitting of the parts. So I will cut out B12 and B10 and also E16. B12 and B10. B12 and B10. Make sure I remember which part this is. B12 and B10. And then E16. Now to check the fitting of the main components, I also need to check the B6, B1, B5, and B2 F24. B1, B1, B2, B5, B6, and then E6. Six. Six. F24. I need runner F. Okay, here's sprue F. And if you want to look at the molding quality of these sprue F, but the molding this time, the MP44, it's a lot nicer than the previous BMAX 112 kit, which was the Lotus 99T. And I need, let's see, Part 24 from sprue F. Okay, I got all the main component. So now I will clean the parts, which is quite a boring process, but it's to be done. So please be patient. And if you're looking at the playback on YouTube, you can skip this part because it's time consuming and quite boring. Okay, I use my God's hand nipper to clean up all the sprue gate. Dark, isn't it? Let me see if I can brighten this up. I guess I just need to angle the parts a little bit better. Doesn't go so. Let me see if I can get some light from this angle. Slightly better. Better. This light is not going to last long though. Yeah, let's keep it for the time being. I'll fix it when it goes out. Okay, we'll test fit the parts. First of all, let's do the gearbox. Sixteen. Fit of this part is relatively good, but can be better. Going to clean this up with a file. I think the fit is better now. I want to replace this part with a metal part, so I'm gonna drill three holes here to memorize the place where the hole is, and then I'm gonna sand this smooth, and then trace it with a masking tape, and then scan it with a scanner. So I'm going to drill holes on this part first. Get my drills out. Here are my drills. I want to deepen the holes some more. Make sure that after I send the after I send the rivet clean, I still have the hole on the part. Oh, I hope it's deep enough. I have to deepen it some more. Anyways, so it's flipping around. Okay, this is my homemade sanding stick, and guess what I use to make this sanding sticks. During COVID-19, we have to take tests, the COVID tests almost daily. And when I have a negative result, I save the tests. I found that this is the perfect backing for a sanding stick. So I kept a few of these and with them into sanding sticks. This one I have a 240 grit sanding paper, and I sand it very slowly. What I want to do is get a smooth surface, which I can trace the outline of the parts, so I can cut it out or replicate it from a brass sheet. And I also need the holes there for the future uh, replacement. This one is a 600 grit for the future replacement rivets or hexagon screw head. So I'm gonna enlarge the holes with thicker drill bits. Now these are high-speed steel drill bits, and even though they are so long, see, they're flexible, and it's perfect for hand drilling. If you buy one, if you use those tungsten drill bits or hardened steel drill bit, they're very hard, but they're very brittle, and you'll probably break 10 or tens of these drill bits before you can, drill a really nice hole. But these high-speed steel drill bits, see, they're flexible, and it won't break it so easy. They're designed for hand drilling. Of course, you need a pin vise, and of course, you put your part on a hard surface. You hold on to it, and that's the way to drill holes. I'm not scientist. I don't know science behind anything, but I know how use tools that is practical for the purpose. So I make larger holes. And there I will trace this out with a masking tape to get the to trace out the shape, and then I will draw the shape out in computer software, where I can use it as the SVG file for cutting. Uh, I'll show you how I trace the part out. It's very simple. We don't like to wear gloves. Oh hell. So I get my pencil, use the side of the lead. And then I find a piece of cardboard or paper. Try to find a piece of paper. Try not to smudge your tracing. I get to smudge your tracing. And here I have See that it's too bright, huh? I've traced the outline of the parts. Ah, there you go. Trace the outline of the parts, and now I'll scan in a scanner and then draw a SVG file from computer software. Now I want to check whether this seam line will be seen after I assemble the engine block onto the bottom tray. So I'll check it with the bottom tray. Well, it's a good opportunity to look at the bottom tray. Okay, let's zoom out. So here's the bottom tray. The molding is quite nice, but since the size is so big and there are things that you cannot get rid of. I'm sure there are some unevenness in the molding, which we will smooth out with a servicer. But you can see the casting is the injection is very thin. Zoom in and have a look. See the diffuser and the turning vane and the diffuser are are quite thin, and even the step, it's very authentic, it's very accurate, and so with a bit of sanding we can create very good scale thickness. And then on the other side, things you cannot escape from are the injection pin marks, but they're relatively flat, quite flush to the parts. So I think it can be very easily sand off or fill with servicer and then smooth out. So all in all, this is quite a nice piece of injection part. And then I will check to see if the seam line is gonna be visible after assembly of the gearbox onto the engine block. Okay. So I don't think it can be seen because it's covered by the bottom tray. Let me see. yeah, completely covered. So there's no need to fill in the fill up the gap here, and just leave it there. But I may need to find ways to fill up the gap in between these parts. I'll deal with that later. And with this, yeah, I will send that. I will deal with the this inner seam later. I need to clean up these parts first. There's obvious molding line along the well, this part is slightly bent here. Uh, uh, we can. I hope it won't be seen when it's after assemble. Maybe it's my fault. I may press it too hard when I'm trying to flatten this part out. Okay. Okay, I'll glue this part together. Hmm. This plastic seems to react to the extra thin a bit slower than other plastic. Still not dry. Usually it would have dry now. So just take my time. Yeah, I was thinking maybe after I sand this smooth, I don't need to replace it with metal parts. Let's see how it goes. Still not set. I'm a patient guy. Almost there. Almost dry. Almost dry. Actually, what I want to do is make sure this side of the part is perfectly flat. So there won't be any seam between these two parts. Okay, I'll leave this to set completely. Now let's see how the other parts fit together. Let's check this first. Well, this part seems to fit okay. I need to clean this part up because the parting line is very obvious here. Can you see it? Yeah, parting line is quite obvious here. So it needs to clean up. Then let's check this first. Check this. It's a slight fit problem here. Maybe this part has been slightly distorted while this, the molding from the mold. This part needs cleaning up. Anyways, 12, 12 is in the front. Doesn't doesn't seem to be any fit issue here. Okay, this part needs both of these part needs to clean up. Needs to clean up the molding line. Spray. After sanding the fit of this part, it's much better now. But since there's slight distortion on this part, so when I glue, I will glue the back first, because the part is much thicker in this area and thinner here, so it's better to glue this section glue this section first, and after it's then we'll glue this part on, because this guy can bend a lot easier. So, and after sanding, after cleaning up the parts, I think I can assemble this thing there. And actually, I want to replace this rivet here in the future, so I'm gonna drill a hole and cut this rivet off and drill a hole, and probably insert a pin in there before I put in put in a rivet in the future. So let's take this part out. Before I put those glue those part in, I need to put in the hexagon nuts in this area. So I'm gonna find that nut and glue that on to the part. There's a small box in the kit, and I think the metal parts are all in here. There's a photo etch part for the anchor points, which needs to be bent. Then a mesh, a plastic mesh. Let me see if the hardware is in here. Okay, here are a bunch of tubings and wires. And here, this is a package of metal parts. There's some screws. These are M1 screws, a spring. These long screws are for the attachment of the wheels. A bunch of hexagon nuts, again for the attachment of the wheels. More little screws, all M1 screws. And here is an M1 hexagon nut that I need to glue onto the engine block. And then 4 springs for dampers. So here are the little package of metal accessories. So back in the box. Also in the box are a bunch of the suspension arms and other linkage parts. I think these are made with stronger plastic, maybe. And then a jig. Here is a jig for bending the suspension arms anchor points, which is for use to bend these metal parts. Here's a jig for different attachment points. Seems very thoughtful idea. Okay, and these are the metal parts in the box. I hate clothes. Okay, I need E55. E55. F. This is sprue E55. 55. Okay, I think I need a twister to do this. This is a very small nut. Need a good pair of tweezers. I'm gonna add a sliver of super glue to keep it in place. Okay. Bit of a blue tack. Super glue. Just a little bit to keep it in place. And part E55. It's a snug fit, so you need to push it in. I suppose you all have tweezers with you. So, okay. And plastic cement. I'll let it set. And then let's check the fit of this part here. Okay, unlike the 1990, the fit of this part is quite nice. But then again, you need, I think I need to clean up some of the some of the flesh. Not huge flesh, but you know, there's always some injection. Okay, make sure this is flat. Make sure this is flat also. Yeah, the fit is much better now. Gaps is smaller. Okay, and one needs to clean up the molding seam line. It's something that cannot be avoided, you know, no matter how well the tooling is made. There has to be a small seam in there. So it's good. It's better to clean up all these seam lines. In order for this part to fit better, you have to clean up the gate. This is quite an important step for the fit of this part. Okay, let's see. Well, I'll make sure these two parts fit first. So I'll glue these two parts together. These two parts are B1 and B2. Okay, I'll wait for this to dry. I'll go and make a cup of coffee. I'll be back. Well, I must say the fit of this kit is much, much, much better than the Lotus 99T. A lot better. Now I need to wait for this to cure. I want to get rid of the seam line in the middle. Whether it will be seen or not, I don't care. I just want to clean it up, get rid of it. Okay, this part is cure. This assembly is cure. I need to find a way to get rid of this seam line because see, it can be seen. Even if we put even if we install the rear wing, I think it still can be seen. It's quite an obvious seam line. I want to clean. I want to get rid of it. See, see it very clearly. Anyways, okay, I need to put this here. And then before I put glue this on, I also need to get rid of also need to fill in this seam line. So let's just glue this part first. Wait for it to cure. Quite fun. I'm thinking. I'm thinking whether I should replace all this hexagon nuts. It's actually quite easy to do because they already have the maybe I should replace the hexagon nut on these two parts. Well, The detail on the parts are quite nice, except I think the molding can be sharper. It's like all these hexagon nuts are all round up and lose a lot of finesse of the details. Also here, probably look a lot nicer if we replace the hexagon nuts, but there are so many of them though. Okay, we need to wait for these to be cured. So maybe I should call off the streaming now. But before I leave, maybe I should show you the detail up kits and have a look what's inside. You know, okay. This is the designated detail up kits. You can buy it separately. It's available at Hobby Easy, and I'm sure it's available, you know, in all the sellers in other part of the world. These are quite sought after, so if you can, you should actually buy it right away. And let's have a look at what's inside the box. Okay. Oh, here. Have a look at the back of the package. It showed everything inside the box. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 pieces of decals, 5 pieces of photo etch part, a naughty decals, you know, the sponsors decal. It's for naughty boys and girls. And then it's metal stickers, and then some tubings and for the plumbing um, instruction, some ribbons for safety belts, and a bunch of machine parts. So this is quite a comprehensive, detailed package. Not completely detailed the whole car, but it's quite substantial. And I think it's quite a good value for the money. Okay. And let's look inside and see what's inside. Two package, the tubings, the ribbons for safety belts, a bunch of hardware, metal parts, and a template for cutting out the decal. The light is too strong. Here. It's the templates. And then here's the package of photo etch parts and decals. And we have the instruction. Okay. Should we see first? Let's look at the let's look at the decal and the metal parts first, and the photo etch part first. kind of bright, isn't it? Let me see if I can fix it. Well, my hand will be underexposed. See, my glove is black. Maybe I should better. Yeah, brighter, not too bright. Okay, this is good. Metal sticker. Naughty decal for naughty boys and girls. Very naughty. And first piece of carbon fiber. See, in different texture. For the front wing, inside of the front wing, some I think this is for the turbo ducking. A bit exaggerate, I think. Anyways, it's nice. It's better than not to have it. Second sheet of decals. Sort of unique texture for the MP4. For the monocoque. These are for the monocoque and also the air ducts for the brakes. Bottom tray. Bottom part of the bottom tray. Yeah. Inside of the end plate for the end rear wing, and also some more for the monocoque, I believe. There are a lot of details for the monocoque because the whole monocoques were made with carbon fiber. See, it's definitely for the monocoque. And I think this is for the seat, I presume. And here is the last piece for the inside of the rear body panel, rear wing support. A bit on the bright side for me. Yeah. One, let me see. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9 pieces of decals. Oops. Feel like Count Dracula from Sesame Street. 9 pieces of decals. Then here are the photo etch threads. This one contains the photo etch parts for the radiator, brake disc, and then the safety pals. And this the clip on the end clips on the wheel axle. And I believe these two are the oh, here is the other side. This is the right side. The Honda logo. These are the attachment bracket to replace those bracket on the injection parts on the monocoque. Yeah. Unfortunately, the hole is just a deepened engraving, not the real car has real holes. And the safety belt hardware. One sheet. The second large threads contains of some of the detail parts. This is for the brake caliper or the brake disc. Oh, the brake disc. Some of the tie up for the plumbing, and here are the body fastener, NDZ, something like that. I forgot. The engine mounts, and then we have some other detail parts like rivets and stuff. This is the front part. Okay. Well, it's kind of thin for the engine mount, so I'm trying to make my own. We'll see if I'm successful with that. The second fret. This is a thick fret. This contains of the end plate for the rear wing, and also these two metal part for the monocoque, and some more parts for the safety belt, the main whatever. Well, the end plate for the rear wing need to there's a small sliver needs to bend up to 90 degree. I don't know why they also keep the hole etching the hole for the lower part of the double wings. Double wing only feature in Monaco the Grand Prix during practice. That's the only time they have additional sub wing underneath the main wings. So if you're not making that version, you probably need to find a way to plug the holes. Not plug it, but make it smaller. There may be a way to do that. There may be some other photo etch part where you can glue to it. I don't know. Yeah, you may be able to fill those holes with these small eyelets. Yeah, that's actually quite nice. With that in behind the photo edge parts, that's actually quite nice. I'll see if the camera can focus. You see with the camera, the one to the right, far right. If you go those eyelets and behind the main wing section, very nice. The reflection is too strong. See here. See, it's quite a nice effect. See, as long as you center it, it's quite a nice effect, right? Anyway, okay, and then of course this is for the marking on the tires, a template for painting the logos on the tire. And then last piece is a really thick metal edge. This is for the front end plate for the front wing. Anyways, mm. Oh, okay. Oh, check this out. There is a double level of etching. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. That is one level etching from this bar, and then the second level etching was the edge. So that's two level etching. I don't see it happen until apart from some old model factory hero kits that has double etching on one side and then single layer etching on the other side. This is I'm quite surprised they've done this, even though I even though I think this part is not very authentic, but it's difficult to duplicate the effect of the end plate of the front wing of the car on the actual car itself. It's quite difficult to duplicate with photo edge. So I think it's quite unusual and it's quite groundbreaking for photo etching techniques. Is they have two levels of etching on one side and one level of etching on the other side. I'm impressed, BMAX. I'm impressed. Didn't expect you to do that. And then let's look at some of the metal parts. Turn parts for the antennas, because there are two of them. Let's go closer. Replacement axle for the wheels. hexagon knock nut for the wheels. It's not very it's different from the real car, but good try anyway. Some of the hardware replacement for the plastic parts. I don't know. I don't know whether it's been chrome or not. It's been plated or not, but it's a bit too shiny for me. Maybe it's aluminum they use. Aluminium for the European side. And here are some other parts. I suppose these are the connector to the electronic box and stuff like that, the computer electronic boxes. Couple of parts for the, I don't know, for the suspension, maybe. Also turn metal parts, a bit shiny, but too shiny for me. But easy, all you need to do is just run it over with maybe some very high grit sanding paper or sanding sponge. Glue it onto a rod or something, and then insert to your power tools, and then just run it around the 1,000 or 2,000 grit sanding sponge. I think these are the air valve for the wheels. Yeah. Shift lever. Um, Maybe I'll remake one with actual wood handle. What do you call this? A driver for the hexagon nuts. Another turn metal parts. I don't know what's that for. Here's the machined part. Again, I don't know what's that for. Yeah. But you can see the machined mark left by the cutting tool. And these are definitely electronic connectors, for the computers and electronics terminals. Oh, and now quite a lot of machine parts. So machine parts are expensive, So this is quite a handful of them. So I would say this detail up kits is really worth getting. And then lastly, we have the tube, which I'm not gonna. Lastly, we have the. Lastly, we have the package of the all the plumbings and stuff like that, rubber hose and the wires, and also the ribbons for the safety belt, which I'm not going to take out because it's quite standard uh, for their detail of kits. Yeah. Let's look at the instruction. So here are all the replacement parts from the detail out set. Now some heat shrink tubing for the spark plug system, or should I say a ignition system, whatever, and some decal for the body panel, the rear body panel, some replacement for the radiator or oil cooler, and then the photo etch part for the brick discs. I don't think it's necessary because this is a carbon fiber, just paint the injection parts. But of course, if the injection part has sing marks and stuff like that, this will cover up. And then nice touch are the springs for the fixture. And then we have the replacement screw, detailer parts for the plumbing, for the brick discs, decals for the cooling duct for the thick brick discs, more plumbing for the bricking system, also the plumbing, additional plumbing. This is the decal for the seats, as I guessed, and the safety belt, which is standard safety belt, and then the replacement of the shifting lever, decals, carbon decals for the monocoque, inside of the monocoque, outside of the monocoque. And then here is the bracket, replacement bracket for the body parts. The detail up metal plate on the side of the monocoque. This is a very unique feature of this car. And yeah, more decals and more plumbings and pedal detail up parts, bracket for the fire extinguisher, and then more detail up parts for the monocoque, the brake discs, decal for the cooling duct, with replacement screw for the wheels, detailer parts, brackets and connectors for the computer or electronic system, electronic boxes, computer box, and more detailed parts for the body, the carbon fiber decals for the bottom tray inside, and then the metal sticker and CF decal for the bottom of the bottom tray, radiator, photo etch parts for the radiators, and then more brackets for more, the computer system or electronic system, and more carbon fiber decals, some more brackets and stuff like that, more plumbing system, more decals, more plumbing system. Yeah, plumbing system, more decals, more decal. Now, these are dirty, naughty decals. Okay, naughty decals, antennas, and then finally fix the wheels onto the suspension system with the new lock nuts. So that's the detail up kits. And I must say this is very good value for money. Okay, if you don't get it, you'll regret it, because this usually will run out very fast. Okay, so well, okay, guys, I'm a bit tired, and I need to wait for this to cure so that I can. It's hardened, but I need it to be cured so I can fill the seam line in the middle, and then also fill the seam line around here. So and find a way to fill the seam line there, and I'll come back in my next live streaming with the follow-up work. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.